It was really fun. Like making the video was fun. It was cold at times in certain places, but you know, that one scene where we shot in nature, which was where it was cold, but it was just nice to get out in that and spend the day in that. And we found so many cool places to do the shots. You know, we had the sun coming in through the trees, and the tree that has the hole in it, you'll see her looking into. We seen that, and right away, I mean, we all sort of agreed on everything we seen. And then, of course, going to the second scene, like, how perfect was that to just find a place where it's already set up. They were getting ready to tear the place down, so like half of it was torn. It looked, you know, it had the exact appeal that we were looking for this shot. Nika was a trooper, because Nika, it was cold when we were in the woods, man. I don't think any of us expected it to be, because I mean, you look at the video and it's nice, it's beautiful, the sun's out. It's such a lie, it was so cold. And she, you know, she would, of course, she didn't have her coat on during the filming. Of course, afterwards, she threw her coat on. She had her hot chocolate. But, I mean, we had to go through scene after scene, you know, to get everything just right. And she was a trooper. It was like working with, you know, a famous actor that's been doing this for 20 years. You know, she just did what she had to do. Give me my hot cocoa when I'm done. And she was cool, man.
It was really cold. It was really, really cold. What do I remember the most? Well, I remember that I was walking through a forest, and that's it. That's the thing I remember the most. I remember all of it, though.
What else do you remember?
I remember there was like fog machines in the town.
It was a little chilly that day, I do remember that, but everybody was a champion. Like, everybody was there. We were ready. We did multiple takes. A lot of us had to hold our breath while we ran because the smoke was blowing in our faces and we didn't want to breathe in the smoke. So we were holding our breath while we were running, and it was just a really awesome experience to see that. And we did it. The hardest part, I think, for the music video was freezing and holding that position for, it was a few minutes, I feel like. And I chose a pose where one of my legs was like up in the air. And it was like, it was awesome. It was a cool experience.
It was cold, definitely cold, but it was really cool to have a bunch of friends and new friends and old friends come together to collaborate for the music video, and being able to light smoke bombs for most of the day was the highlight of my day, for sure.
Well, honestly, I mean, I've been writing music and doing music since I was really old enough to do it. You know, I've been writing songs and playing music for people since I was 15, which is, you know, quite a while back now. And to have a music video, to actually go through that process and see that on a screen, was fantastic. You know, it was something that I've always wanted to do, and to, you know, it's funny to have it done. I just want to do more now. You know, we're never satisfied, are we? But it was it was a milestone for me. And yeah, it was really awesome. I was inspired. It was right before the pandemic when I actually wrote the song, and it had to do with, you know, we had all those riots going on. There's a lot of division, a lot of just closed-mindedness really going on. And it just, honestly, it angered me a bit, you know, because I thought we were sort of past that, you know, and all of a sudden we're not, you know, as reality sets in. So I wrote it with that in mind. It's sort of, for me, the song has sort of transitioned meanings over time because of different situations, and I think the video has done the same thing.
So the whole experience of the video is really powerful because there's such a interesting storyline to be in nature and then to go into the world as you perceive it when things are going wrong. And the magic of hearing his voice change when the scenes change, I think, is a really powerful moment. So being able to be a part of this video as well as other videos in the series, it's just magical to see the messages come to life. Watching the little girl go from the different scenes, I think, was really the message between how a child perceives the world and how we change as adults to become maybe just something that others want us to be. And the little girl doesn't change throughout the whole message. She's just taking in what it is around her. And she's got this delicate object that could just burst at any moment, just like a person's emotions can burst at any moment. But she's just kind of taking it all in.
The yellow balloon, for me, I think symbolized just like all the love and compassion and happiness that the world needs, and that we should show to one another on a daily basis.
I think it's trying to show that you should be kind to others and don't be mean. But I thought it was like, it felt like everyone else was missing the like pretty view or something. Yeah, to how pretty it could be.
So what I immediately, what I was finding most powerful is how cohesive the aesthetics and the feelings were across the board, using multiple mediums and body language. You could really feel the contrast and feel the passion and the chaos and the peace of the moment as well. Even in the face of adversity, even though we are facing a lot of these problems that are inevitable and are going to come up, a lot of these hard things that we need to face, we do need to hold on to that bit of compassion and humanity and be able to see that in each other, even if we're at odds with each other.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this world it's a crazy world out there, and it can be really easy to get distracted and carried away with all the chaos. So being able to reflect and take a second to remember that a lot of us have been through abuse at some point in our lives, and just being mindful of how we treat people is, I think, going to make this a better world. I think it'll make this a better world when we are mindful of how we treat people.
A world full of compassion, to me, is just people thinking about others, I mean, sure, we have to keep ourselves in mind, let's be real, but at the same time, we just have to put ourselves in other people's shoes,
I think a vision of a compassionate world to me is when people do take the time to see others in the experience they're having. Like when people see somebody who's truly struggling on the streets or truly hungry, and so many people shrug off the homeless people or the people that just need someone to talk to. More often than not, I find a lot of people just need somebody to talk to and to really hear what they have to say. And sometimes they don't need feedback. They just need someone to listen and to witness what it is they're going through. And I've seen some of that in my community, but at the world at large, I feel like we're not doing enough of that. We're not doing enough listening and talking about the things we need to talk about.
I see the way that we've lost compassion in the way that we treat people that we deem other than or less than, rather than seeing each other's inherent worth just for being here alive on this planet.
I really just wish that people would love one another, no matter your sexual orientation or your gender identity or your political affiliation or, you know, even what you do for a job or your religious beliefs. None of that really matters in the end, so just love and respect each other.
I think a world full of compassion is a beautiful place. Even though we will still feel the feelings that we feel, they won't get turned into violence, they won't get turned into war, they won't get turned into a lot more than just, I'm not having a good day. You know, that stuff, it's really easy to get carried away with the chaos and to not realize like how we're affecting other people. And so a world full of compassion is going to help transcend a lot of the violence that we're experiencing and that we're seeing on a daily basis.
I'd like to share that no matter how different or how strange you might feel, you'll always have one nice spot inside. I hope a lot of people watch this because the things I just said are literally the truth.